Welcome, everyone, to another There Goes My Money, episode number 13, recorded Monday, August 24th, 2015. And today, I have Headmaster Don.
Hey everybody.
Welcome to the show. Thank you for being on. Everyone always loves to hear your opinion, and we have a lot of stuff tonight to talk about. It is a jam packed episode.
Yeah, and it's a lot of good stuff too. Stuff we've been waiting for quite some time, as a matter of fact.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Lots of stuff. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The first item we have up is Fans Project Function X8 Crocs, and he is at a estimated retail price of $79.99, and he is going to be out. Estimated release date is September, so only a month away, maybe a couple weeks. I mean, it's almost the end of August now, so
Right.
this is a figure we've been waiting for a long, long time. Don, you and I were talking about it before the show. It's probably been about 2 years, maybe a little bit more, that this line's been going on now, and we've
Yeah.
only got what, three figures,
Four.
four
Four.
figures.
Yeah. Code as the Chrome Domain analogy. Quadruple U for Weird Wolf. Smart Robin for Brainstorm, and Sigma L for Mind Wipe.
Yeah. So, and
Uh,
this Croc looks pretty good.
he does. He looks. I'm not putting down Toy World Swamper because I do like that looks of that figure for completely different reasons than I like what Croc looks like. But I've really been wanting to see how they handle, you know, because the Beast figures don't have as much ability to hide stuff as to me as the vehicle forms. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how he's engineered with the way everything's hidden and works out.
Yeah, and I think long, long time ago when we originally saw the renders for this, it was originally going to be Optimus Prime as the Alligator
In a
Con.
con,
I really
exactly.
hope they
That's.
still do that.
I mean, I can't see them not doing it. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen. Will it be a show exclusive? Will it be a store exclusive, or like a shared exclusive with BBTS and say, Captured Prime? Will it be a fans core exclusive? We don't know. We don't know where it's going to land. But because if you look, because I think we discussed this in RSC, but look at the chest for Croc. That's an Optimus Prime chest right there.
Oh yeah,
If you
that
you know if you
window.
get that,
Yeah,
yeah, that window chest. So I mean, that just says it's built with that in mind. And I'm going to get Croc. I definitely, because I want a regular version of Skull Cruncher. But I would like to know where that Alligator Con's going to land too. So I'll probably wind up getting both.
absolutely. I agree. Totally. My money's down on Croc. I mean, Croc's one of the, or Skull Cruncher is one of the figures I had when I was a kid that I still vividly remember. So for me, it's just kind of sentimental, I guess.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for the fact that I owned Skull Cruncher when I was a kid, I would probably just wait for the Alligator Con. But because of that, I'm gonna double dip on this mold and go ahead and
Yeah,
get
it's
both.
well, they're even though it's the same. It's kind of to me, it's almost like the Springer Sandstorm. Yeah, it doesn't have that much. It doesn't have that level of retooling. Couldn't may not even be any retooling difference, but it's just such a complete different switch in characters using the same mold.
Yeah,
So so you're really not you do have two of the same mold, but they're such diverse characters. You don't mind having it twice.
and speaking of pre-orders, which we don't get a lot of from Fans Project, we have another pre-order that was announced today,
Yeah.
and this is Function X10, which is not highbrow. They're
Right.
calling it Browning 2, which is a very interesting name.
Yeah, I've been sitting since I saw this a while ago. I've been trying to figure out the analogy, like quadruple U. If you put four U's beside each other, it's two W's,
Yeah,
which would be Werewolf. I can't quite because also if you look at the name and the shading, the two ends are dark along with the Roman numeral two. So I can't quite figure out what their name game is on this one. But of all the headmasters, of all the G1 headmasters, Highbrow to me has needed a update for worse than any of the Autobot headmasters.
Yeah.
And this looks just incredible.
And no one's done a highbrow yet that I can think of third party
No,
wise.
no, it's Toy World has done their hardhead and their highbrow brainstorm, and then Fans Project has done the ones they've done. But I think this is the first highbrow we've had from anybody,
Yeah.
and it looks great. I love the way it looks because as much as I love headmasters, the G1 highbrow is just not a great toy. It's no, it's not my favorite headmaster, but I love the way this looks. And the good thing is, since we're seeing these color images, the last time this happened with Sigma L, we saw color images finally hit about 2 weeks after it came out, 3 weeks, give or take. So these should be hitting soon.
Well, this one's an estimated release date of December.
Oh, okay,
So
I hadn't seen that. I didn't see that.
yeah, and he's also $79.99.
Yeah.
So same
So
price as the Function 8X Crocs.
right. I will definitely be getting this because this is the updated. This is the look of highbrow that I've always wanted because I love the way if you look at the back end of the rotors, the way the tail end works, it's not just his feet sticking off the back. It actually looks like a tail rotor assembly. So
Yeah.
this is a definite get for me.
And then two more Fans Project offerings that we have
I
to
know
talk about.
it's feast or famine with Fans Project. You don't get anything for months, and then all of a sudden four just fall in your lap.
Yeah, if you told me we were going to get four Fans Project things in the same month for pre-order, let alone the same, day, I would have
Hey,
never believed you.
and he was like, "Yeah, right, yeah,
Yeah, like
go the
Fans
other way."
Project. Yeah. So this is Fans Project Saurus Ryu Dino
Dino King.
Ini. Man, the names are so close between these two figures, and this is Dino Ini is the first one, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I do apologize. Which is $69.99. That is the one on the left if you're looking at the
Right.
screen, which is kind of bird-like or pterodactyl-like.
Yeah,
And then the second one is Dino Ichi, it kind of looks like, and that is the center bot for Dino King, and he is $89.99 with a, and they're both these figures are estimated to be released in September.
September. Oh, I know. That's like because I want this Dino King because as we talked about pre-show, a G1 Dino King is very, very expensive. It's also very, very small. So I have trouble wanting to pay that much money for something that small. Whereas this would be a pretty large figure with a lot of heft to it, and it would be a good representation of Dino King.
And the thing I like about this, we're kind of seeing the price of this. $69.99 is probably going to be the arms and the legs, and $89.99. I'm assuming he's more just because he is the center bot, so he's probably a little bit bigger of a figure.
Well, yeah. Now I'm using them instructor names here because I can't pronounce the Japanese Dino King names. Uh, 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 but Slog is who we're seeing now on the right with the gold chest plate, and if you look, there's another bot below him, which I think on my instructor was Bristleback, who was the other part of the torso. So I'm guessing the two torso bots will be like you said, 89, because they're probably going to have more engineering to support the weight. And I'm hoping the limbs work out to be like you said, 69 a piece, so that way it makes it a little more affordable.
Yeah. Um, on the screen right now, I have the full photo. If you're watching the video, you'll see that we have the full Dino King combiner on screen, and it's to me, I don't have an affection towards Dino King, so I don't really think I need this. But for anyone who wants a Dino King, like Don said, if you want to get an original Dino King, they run about roughly like 1,400 to 1,500 bucks.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a lot cheaper of an option. But I'm gonna pass on this one, and it doesn't to me it doesn't look that great combined.
Well, Dino King and Instructor did not have the best looking combined modes, but this is more of the fact that I want the representation of the character in my collection, and this is going to be the best way to get it short of a reissue from Takara,
Yeah.
which I don't see that happening. Now, supposedly, didn't you say that the shells were supposed to be available separately? Is what we're hearing in the previously?
Yes, the shells are going to be available separately for an unknown price at this time, or an unknown release
Yeah.
date, because they haven't said
Right.
anything about the shells yet. So
Right. So that will probably make or break it because Dino King, his big thing was you had the dinosaur shells, and if we don't get the shells or the shells are not an affordable companion piece, then this may drop off a lot of people's radar just because you don't have a real Dino King without the shells. But we'll have to wait and see.
and the shells are going to double as piggy banks, I think they were saying.
Yeah, yeah. The problem is that you won't have any money to put in them once you buy the set.
So you can have 6 figures, and you can save up your dollars and change for the third-party stuff that you're going to buy, or the official stuff you're going to buy. You could have one for each, one for third-party, one for official, because there's a lot of stuff coming out that you might want to be
Oh, don't
just
remind me.
saying goodbye to your money on. Because one of
Yeah,
the next items we
based
have, I was going to say, one of the next items we have up is DX9 D07 Tyrant, which is 164.99 and is an estimated release date of October. So roughly 2 months away. Hopefully we get Carrie before then.
Yeah,
Um, and this is their not Galvatron.
Tron. Yeah. So having Manai King and liking Manai King, uh, I'm kind of on the fence about him because I think I won't carry so much because Rodimus MP Rodimus was such a letdown. Me, I've got the American version. Maybe if I had the actual Rodimus Prime version, it wouldn't be as disappointing. But I really won't carry because he looks like a great looking Rodimus Prime. I would like to have this Tyrant. I'm just wondering how much of DX9's Manai King is in this figure, or is this something completely different?
It definitely does look different to me, but I'm sure there's going to be similarities too. I
Yeah,
mean, how many ways can you transform Galvatron?
that's very true.
So, man, I have a Digibash on the screen, and it's another unexpected Panda Digibash. And wow, he did a nice job with the Digibash on that.
Yeah.
That looks awesome. And
Now,
to get a
yeah,
masterpiece scale Galvatron is definitely something that I've been waiting for a long time.
yeah. I'm just, I don't know. Galvatron's one of those characters I can always take or leave. For me personally, it's having a good looking Galvatron to go with Rodimus would be awesome. I just don't know if I want to put that much money right now into another Galvatron when I've got a good Galvatron a bit smaller. So I'm on the fence about this. Right now it's a pass until I see some more color shots, maybe some test samples to get out there. But
Hope
right now it's a pass, but it's reluctantly.
hopefully I'll get a test shot of this like I did with Carrie, because I'm definitely gonna get this figure. I mean, there's no ifs ands or buts about it.
Well,
That I know you're probably waiting for the KFC version, but
no, no,
uh,
no. And I like stacks. I like stacks is fine, but between the two, I like the DX9. Now, one thing about Carrie, you had mentioned in post show last week on RFC about why there was a slight delay. Did you want to tell everybody about that for those people waiting on Carrie who may not know about that delay?
Well, I think Kerry got delayed, or one of the things they're redoing is they're redoing the flame on the chest because there was a break in between like the bottom section of flames and the top section of flames. So
Mm,
I think they're redoing that to make it look more Rodimus with the single flame going up the chest.
right.
So I gotta imagine that if this is slated for October, that we're going to be getting Carrie within the next couple weeks because I
Yeah.
mean this will probably get pushed back too, so you're probably looking before the end of the year. Hopefully that this will be out.
Yeah, definitely. Because I've sold some stuff to get funds earmarked for Carrie to get as soon as he hits stores, I'm getting him and shipping him. So
Yeah, and you won't be disappointed. It's a great figure.
it's a good figure.
And then speaking of KFC, we have another pre-order this week for KFC. This is KFC EAVI Metal Phase 7A Ditka, which I don't get the name, but it's Ditka. It's 149.99.
Yeah.
So maybe KFC is learning a little bit because they seem to be backing off of that 165 price point that they jumped up to.
Right.
And this is an estimated release date of who knows because all we have is I don't even know if you could call this a render. It's like a cartoon drawing.
It's just artwork that would be on like the front of the box or something.
Yeah, it and
Yeah.
KFC doing a triple changer worries the heck out of me.
Yeah. It's well, I will say this. I think I know where the name comes from. This is just complete speculation. Mike Ditka was a famous football player, as we all know. Blitzwing took over a football stadium in triple takeover.
Okay.
So I'm guessing maybe that's where the name is coming from. Is this is a reference to the one his one big episode until Five Faces of Darkness occurred. So that's my thing on the name. But yes, as much as I like this in the stack, I like the figure. A triple changer by KFC does worry me
Yeah.
because obviously the DX9, supposedly DX9 is an offshoot slash subgroup of KFC.
No, no, no. X Transbots is a offshoot of KFC.
Okay, all right, okay. It's getting
DX9 is an offshoot of Unique Toys.
oh, unique toys. Okay, all right. Someone needs to do a flow chart.
Yeah. Yep.
If anyone out there can do a flow chart that anybody can reference on who we think is linked to who, that would be awesome. What do you think? Quality issues aside, I'm glad they're actually looking at someone that's not Astro Train. It's nice to see a Blitzwing being looked at because there is that third party Octane coming out from who? Do you remember?
DX9.
DX9. Okay.
Here's what I think. I think KFC and DX9 are kind of duking it out right now. Because if you remember, when DX9 announced Tyrant, which looks to be a, almost like a test shot figure minus the paint.
Right.
So that figure is pretty far along. Couple hours later, X Transbots, which is part of KFC, said, "Oh yeah, we're doing a Galvatron too," and put up a render. And
Yeah.
then
Which we'll be getting to here in a few minutes.
no, that didn't even go up for pre-order yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
But DX9 has been rumored to be working on a Blitzwing because if you remember, DX9 did Chigger,
Right.
which was the not Astro Train, which was a
And
triple
that's right. So,
changer, and they
yeah.
were working on this. So now KFC is putting up a pre-order for Blitzwing.
Yeah.
I think as
Yeah.
like
It looked.
So there's a little battle going on between DX9 and KFC slash X Transbots right now.
Yeah, I think we're getting into a pissing contest here, which may not end well for anybody.
Yeah, I mean, well, DX9 always makes good stuff, or at least so far they've impressed me with their quality and their stuff. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna I'm gonna choose DX9 all day long. But KFC maybe I mean KFC slash X Transbots, they always fix stuff on the second run, so I'm at
yeah,
least gonna be smart enough to stay away from the first run of any one of their figures. I don't care if they're offering like with this, they're offering a special pre-order bonus or something. I don't care. I'm skipping it.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a pass for me too. Even if because it's I want to see other I want other triple changers than just the three first ones.
and then next up on the list we have Doctor Wu DW Mixer upgrade figure, and this kind of surprised me. I did not expect this figure to be 71.99.
I figured it would top out at about 64 to 69 is what I mean again it's still close but 71. Now this is his this again I'm using the he is just for ease of reference. This is his first figure, his first full figure.
His first
So
full figure, yes, but as someone on RFC mentioned, and I don't know if it was you or someone else, like really, it's still an upgrade because Combiner Wars Devastator is sold as one piece.
yeah, well, that's
So
true. Well, it's sort of like you count your combiners as five or as six. It's just the way you look at it.
right,
I was hoping this would have been about 59 to $64 is what I was hoping because I do like we saw the color shots on RFC, and if they can get the greens to match, that's tempting. That is very tempting. Not that I have a big problem with the Mixmaster now. The robot mode, yes. Vehicle mode and foot mode, it is what it is. I'm not worried about that.
and there's other
But I just
upgrade
don't know.
kits that are going to take care of the foot, like the Perfect Effects upgrade kit for Combiner Wars. So I don't. It's more than half of what I paid for Devastator as a whole because I had a coupon, so I
Exactly.
paid only $130 for it. So,
That's
uh,
what I paid for.
yeah, and then I'm already getting the upgrade kit for the Perfect Effects upgrade kit for Devastator. So this is kind of it would just be too much. It just doesn't fit in what I need.
Yeah, it's this is gonna be a pass for me, but it's kind of a reluctant pass because I like the way it looks, and I like the way it looked on Devastator. I just don't see a need for it unless you're someone that absolutely hates that Mixmaster and wants to throw it into the sun.
Yeah.
Now you've got an alternative.
Yep.
But I will say this for Doctor Wu, I'm not calling this an upgrade. I'm calling this his first world figure, and it looks great. If the quality is there with what they've produced before, I'm going to wish him the best of luck on this because I would like to see more from him. That's not component replacements like this.
Yep. And finally, the last item we have is Bold Forms BF01 Gladius, the Dark Emperor. It is $149.99 with an estimated release date of November. And this is, of course, a Megatron triple changer that turns into a pistol and a tank. And Bold Forms is the company that did the
Lone Wolf,
Lone Wolf, the Menasor
be a Motor Master,
Motormaster
Motor
upgrade.
Master. Uh,
And
uh,
the quality is
uh,
just not there for me to put out a
yeah,
Megatron triple changer.
yeah. Have you seen the review that I told you about for the Lone Wolf figure? Have you seen that review yet?
I've seen one review. I'm not sure if it's the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
Just because I knew it
and
was a figure I wasn't gonna get, so I didn't mind watching the review. I'm like, I'll watch someone else's review.
right.
and
It's
it doesn't look good.
there's some good aspects about it, and I will say in his base robot mode, there are some things that I do like about the figure, but the review said it needed a second or third engineering QC pass, and I really believe that because there's panels that have no tabs to lock into place. There's parts that have nowhere to go, and I can't see the learning curve having kicked in from that figure coming out less than 2 months ago to this supposedly slated for November and a triple changing Megatron.
Do we need a triple changing Megatron?
Well, I will say this: that way, that way, if you've got the triple changing Megatron, you can be either a G1, have him on display on a G1 shelf, or if you have like IDW shelf, you could have him on the IDW shelf. So I like the fact is you've got the versatility built in. I just don't know if they can pull it off based on the quality of Lone Wolf.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have to, really step up their game for
Yeah,
this to be a figure that's really gonna sell to
yeah,
third party, collectors, especially with other Megatrons out there already.
you've got more mega. I mean, and there's really nothing wrong with the Combiner Wars Megatron that you can get from right now from Hasbro or Takara. So yeah, this is an easy pass, but I will be watching it to see where it goes and how it does. But I want to say I will say this: if this figure is like Lone Wolf and it does not have the QC control on it, this could bury the company. You know,
The company,
I don't. Well, the group, the group, I should say,
or the person,
or the
or
person, or whoever. But I mean, I want every one of these companies that start off this. They all have to start somewhere, and their first figures are going to be uneven, with the only exception is we've talked about this before. Mecha Ideas, when they first came out, they did the jump starters, the two jump starter figures. These are some of the strongest first offerings I have ever seen from any company. Just out of the gate with the quality of the figure. Lone Wolf did not have this. I'm hoping for the best, but I don't have high hopes right now.
yeah. Well, this is going to be one that's going to be interesting to see when it actually comes out,
Yeah, I
because
will be.
I'm sure November is not going to happen.
I unless unless Bold Forms is a division of somebody else, and they brought in people after Lone Wolf to say, okay, we need to improve this, and they bring in somebody from another group that has experience in these QC processes or something. I don't know, but November, no, I don't see this happening in November unless you know a miracle happens.
Yeah. But that is it for the show this week. There was only what about 9 things to go over.
Yeah, but I was talking to Paladin before the show, and from Superhero Time, and we were discussing. Like we said, Function X started over 2 years ago in around December of 2012. So it's been going for 2.5 years, and we're up to the fifth and sixth figures. So we've been waiting for some of these for a lot. I mean, it's been probably. I saw Sigma L at BotCon 2014, colored, test shotted, and he was released about a month and a half and 2 months after BotCon of last year. And now it's over a year later, and now we're getting the next two, and they're still a month and 2 months out.
Yeah. But definitely thank you guys for tuning in, and
Yeah, definitely. And just tell us what you think. In the comment section, just tell us what you think of the figures and what you're looking forward to.
we'll see you next time.
Have a good one, everybody.